You ever notice how some older guys just have that thing about them? They walk into a room and suddenly everything slows down, not because they're flashy or loud. In fact, they're often the opposite. They're quiet, calm, effortless. And yet younger women, they notice, they lean in literally and metaphorically. They want to know more. They want to chase him. And if you're wondering what that thing is, well, grab a coffee, get comfortable, because we're about to go all the way in. Now, before we even start, let's just clear one thing up. This isn't about being rich or having six-pack abs. Sure, money can help. Looks, yeah, they can spark interest. But that's not what keeps it. What really draws younger women in, what makes them pursue, initiate, chase, it's something deeper. Something older guys tend to develop with time and experience. Let me tell you a story. I had this buddy, Rob. Guy's in his late 40s, balding a little, gray in the beard, drives a regular car, works a regular job. But this man, every time we went out, without fail, there'd be some 23-year-old glowing with curiosity, trying to catch his eye. And he never tried. He never approached first. He didn't lean in. He didn't chase. He just was. And that made him magnetic. You know what it was? Presence. See, Rob had presence, not arrogance. Not that fake confidence you get from watching motivational videos. No, I'm talking about grounded, calm, aware presence. He didn't fidget. He didn't try to impress. He listened. When you spoke to him, it felt like you were the only person in the world. That right there, that's a superpower, because younger women, they're used to chaos, social media, fast-paced conversations, half-present guys glued to their phones. So when they find a man who slows things down, who's genuinely there, it hits different, it's rare, and rare is valuable. But presence is just the start. Let's keep going. Have you ever seen an older man speak without raising his voice and still command the whole room? That's called emotional control. It's the ability to stay calm when things get heated, to not react from ego, but to respond from understanding. That emotional discipline, it makes a woman feel safe. Not in a coddling way, but in a, this man won't unravel when things get hard way. Younger women, whether they realize it or not, often look for someone who's emotionally stable. Not because they want to be taken care of, but because in a world full of instability, being around someone who's steady is intoxicating. Think about how rare that is today. The average guy gets a rude text and he spirals. He plays games, ghosts people, explodes, gets jealous. But an older man who's lived some life, who's seen heartbreak, failure, success, and come out more grounded, that man becomes an anchor in a world full of noise. And the truth is, when you're that grounded, you don't need to chase. Your energy speaks for you. You don't broadcast. Value, you embody it. There's also something else. Older men usually aren't in a rush. That alone changes everything. Younger guys, they're impatient. They want results now. They want the number, the date, the kiss, the validation, all by the second drink. But older guys, they're more deliberate. They know that quality takes time. They aren't racing toward intimacy. They're enjoying the build-up, the dance, the mystery. And here's where it gets real. Women feel that. When a younger woman meets an older man who doesn't rush, who's not trying to impress, who's perfectly fine sitting back and letting the interaction breathe, it disarms her. Because suddenly she's not under pressure, she's curious. She starts leaning forward, she starts wondering, who is this guy? And that's when the chase begins. Now I'll let you in on a little secret most guys miss. A lot of younger women are surrounded by immature energy. Boys pretending to be men. Guys who think confidence is loudness, who think masculinity is dominance. But the older guy who knows who he is, who doesn't posture, who's comfortable with being misunderstood, that guy is different. Why? Because he's not trying to be anything, he's just being. He doesn't overshare, he doesn't name drop, he doesn't compete, he listens, he observes. And when he speaks, it's because he has something worth saying. You know what that creates? Mystery. Mystery is what pulls people in. Not games, not manipulation, just authentic, quiet strength. That strength is what makes younger women feel safe to be feminine, to be playful, to be vulnerable. They're not stepping into a battlefield, they're stepping into a sanctuary. And older men, when they've done the work, can offer that space. But let's not ignore one more piece of this puzzle: purpose. Most older men who attract younger women, they're men of purpose. They've built something. Maybe it's a business, maybe it's a philosophy, maybe it's just a disciplined lifestyle, but there's something they live for beyond women. And that's the twist. Because when a woman sees that she's not the center of your universe, that you have something greater guiding you, it actually draws her in more. It flips a switch in her brain, because now she sees that your life is full, and if she's going to be in it, she has to earn her place. That's where attraction becomes respect, and that's the real magic. See, older men don't give away their attention cheaply. They've been burned, they've seen behind the curtain. They've dated enough to know that beauty alone isn't enough, and because of that, they ask better questions. They set better boundaries. They don't fall for every smile or sultry glance. They watch, they evaluate, and that makes them valuable. You know what happens when you're valuable? You stop chasing, because now people are chasing you. That's what we're really talking about here. The older man who's done the work, internally, emotionally, spiritually, isn't just attractive, he's rare. And in a world full of boys pretending to be men, that kind of maturity is like a lighthouse in a storm. Let me leave you with this. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be famous. You don't even need to be the best-looking guy in the room. But if you can learn to master your emotions, slow things down, live with purpose, protect your peace, and become so present that your energy calms the chaos around you, you'll be the one younger women chase. Not because you manipulated them, but because you became the kind of man that doesn't need to. That's power, that's maturity, that's real attraction, and it's yours if you choose to step into it.